Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot and I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and we are going to be looking into the month of February 2025 to see what the month has in store for you. We have 4 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have a selenite heart. Pile 2, we have an agate shaped moon. A moon-shaped agate, the other way around. And pile 3, we have rose quartz. Pile 4, we have a red jasper heart. So take a few deep breaths, think about the month of February, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the selenite heart, then we have a reading here for you for the month of October. For the month of February. That is so interesting that I said October. I wonder if that is an important month for somebody here. But let's go ahead and look at the overall view with some oracles, and then we're going to go into the tarot more deeply to see your general love and relationship and finance/career, depending on what is more appropriate for you. So the tarot card we have for you is the Hermit, contemplation and soul searching. So some of you could definitely be in hermit energy right now, and you may decide, yeah, no, Valentine's Day is not for me. Or if not, I feel like a lot of you are doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of inner work. You're really focusing on yourself. You're thinking about, I'm getting a very psychological kind of energy here where you're asking yourself a lot of questions as to why you are the way you are, why you tend to gravitate towards certain things, why you feel a certain way. It's going to be it could be a meditative month for you, but definitely introspective. I feel like you're dealing a lot with your inner workings, especially those of you who are doing shadow work or you just want to change certain beliefs, mindsets, or something, because this pile understands that in order to see changes on the outside, you have to see changes on the inside, starting within yourself. So let's go ahead and get more cards to see how the month of February is going to go on for you. My lovely pile. Pile 1, we have rainbow, hope, and feminine, rose. So a lot of you, you're dealing with feminine energy, specifically your own feminine energy. It could be somebody else's, but this to me is kind of like a spa day, like a day where you just treat yourself. Because whenever I think of feminine things, I think of going to the nail salon or going to literally a spa. I feel like some of you, you're really focusing in on yourself, or you're tapping into your feminine energy. Maybe you're dressing a little bit more feminine, or you're being surrounded by feminine energy, whether that is your female feminine friends, or again, this could be part of your introspection. It's like, why do you see feminine energy a certain way? Or why do you either embrace or reject your femininity in whichever way? I feel like it's mostly for those of you who see femininity as a negative thing. You are going to come to peace with it. If you are more a masculine man, especially the straight ones, I feel like you're, again, asking yourself why your relationship with the feminine is the way it is. More specifically, the negative side. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you currently are in a negative space. I just feel like it could always get better. So very interesting. We also have rainbow, hope. So there's definitely a lot of hope this month. I feel like it's going to be a positive month, especially if the month before wasn't as great. With the rainbow, of course, because we are talking about feminine energy, some of you could be dealing with, I don't want to say identity issues. I don't think that's what it's called. No, maybe some of you are. It's more like you're asking yourself why you express yourself the way you do when it comes to the modalities of masculine and feminine. It could also be seen as yin and yang. So if you don't want to use those particular words, or because maybe you're just tired of hearing about them, you could see the light and the dark, the positive, the negative, the yin, the yang. There's something about a balance here that you are aware that is not there, or maybe it's recently become imbalanced, or maybe even a particular situation has brought it out of balance. Let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. This is definitely my pile of people who do shadow work and meditate, because this is very introspective. I feel like I'm tapping into certain things you're already going to work on. Let's get more cards from my pile 1. We have iron. So on a more practical, basic level, some of you need to watch your iron levels. Maybe it's time to take some consult a doctor first and foremost. I am not a medical professional. And to it might be time for more iron supplements. Maybe those of you who already take iron, maybe there's something about the dosage that needs to be adjusted, whether it's higher or lower. Again, not a medical health professional, but it's interesting because I actually had to take some recently. Iron is also, this is Mars energy. So you could see this as the masculine side. Maybe some of you, you're dealing with this. Maybe some of you are too much in your feminine and are wanting to step in your masculine, or vice versa, because I feel like it could go either way. But let's get more cards for my pile for my pile 1. That's also number 22 for those of you for whom that is important, because I know that's a master number. For my pile 1, what is happening in February? Things they should look out for. We have the god Hanuman. Hanuman. He's a cute monkey. I will look into the book for this, but I want to say he is like a humorous god or like a trickster, cheeky god. Don't quote me on that. And then back of the deck, we have Rajas. Rajas. Again, isn't this the... Because it looks very much like this card, but I want to say it's like the active, the... Some of you could be hitting the gym this month, quite literally, or some of you could just be taking up a lot more active sports. Maybe for some of you, the way you process your inner workings is through the body. Like, this would definitely be my people who go to the gym just to work on themselves internally. So I don't know how that's affecting you. Or you could be taking up sports that really pump the blood, because that's what I'm getting with this tiger here. Let me go ahead and read before I move on, though. So Hanuman is actually the god of courage. He represents the evolved mind and the potential we all have to no longer be enslaved to our thoughts, but rather surpass them. When Lord Rama asks Hanuman, "How do you look upon me?" Hanuman answers, "When I believe I am the body, then I am your faithful servant. When I know I am the soul, I know myself to be a spark of your eternal light. And when I have the vision of truth, you and I, my lord, are one and the same." To draw upon Hanuman symbolizes you are aware of this truth. You are more than your physical body, your ego self, your personality, your soul. The truth is that you are the divine. We are all, as we all are, split from the same source. Continue to practice meditative states where you are reminded of this universal truth to aid your evolvement. Which is so interesting. This is courage. So it's like the potential. Some of you are acknowledging your potential this month, or you're wanting to tap into your potential, especially if you feel that you haven't reached it or that you've been ignoring it for whatever reason. I'm going to read for Rajas because, like I said, iron makes me think of the blood, so you could be pumping blood literally by hitting a gym. And Rajas, I want to say, is like it's an aggressive energy. Yeah. Dynamic movement, aggression, and energy. You are in a place of movement, making the most of each day. You are passionate and excited about the task at hand and are pushing the limits of what you believed possible for yourself. Rajas is needed to bring our desires into action, and you are deep in the development phase. You already have achieved many great accomplishments because of your determination and more await in the near future. However, remember to balance action with rest. Otherwise, you will lose sight of your true goal in the pursuit of achieving more. You're doing a lot this month. You are... I think a lot of you have been in a, like, yes, you've been in this meditative state, but like you want to actually do something with it. I feel like this is why this is shadow work, because it's one thing to be aware of yourself, like your shortcomings or your potential. It's another thing to actually act on it and find the steps toward it. So a lot of you are in action this particular month. I do feel like it's because of Pluto. It's currently activating Aquarius. I want to say it's going to be conjunct. It's probably today of all days, because it's literally in the first degrees of Aquarius, and I'm currently recording this during the first degrees of Aquarius. So as we speak, or maybe a little bit after I release this, you've already started to set in motion certain things. The only problem is that Mars is retrograde, so it could still be very much planning things or like getting your foot in through the door, but you know, things are slowing down or haven't moved yet. But things are very much in progression. There is a momentum here that is not seen. There's a momentum here that a lot of you, like, you've already set it out into the world what is going to happen, and it's in process. But remember, retrogrades can mess us all up sometimes. I do have a tarot reading for retrogrades, and it was meant for Mercury retrograde, but I feel like it works in any of them because it's essentially a slowing down of a process. Let's get more cards for you though before we move on to the tarot. Scotty Wildheart. Every time I see this card, I think of My Chemical Romance's Bulletproof Heart. How does that sound? What specifically is it about that song? It's like, you can't get me down because I've already been through a lot. That's what that song reminds me of. It's like, I got a bulletproof heart. How can they say, Jenny, won't you come back home? Because everybody knows you don't ever want to come back. Let me be the one who saves you. So some of you are running away from something. Or you're trying to defy gravity, because that's one of the things that... Now I'm thinking of that song. That's one of the... Gravity, it don't mean much to me. I'm who I've got to be. These pigs are after me, after you. Some of you, you're setting things in motion because you're kind of done running away, or you're done having to deal with the situation around you, especially in a workplace or a home situation. It's like you're done dealing with the BS that you're being forced to sit around. Like, you don't want to deal with that anymore. We have patience, Capricorn wisdom. The hands of a clock move slowly. You might judge yourself as you race against the clock. Are you ahead or behind? Look to adjust how you measure yourself against the other people of your own expectations. Sorry, or your own expectations. How do you... Oh, sorry, excuse me. Cultivate your own sense of intuitive timing and let go of comparison. Yeah. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Do not compare yourself to anybody else. And I know this can be so hard. Look, I work with people who are decades older and younger than me. And it's sometimes hard to compare myself, especially when I see them get ahead of me or when I see them have it so much easier. And especially when I feel like when it comes to divine timing, it really does work out for you in whichever way you want. I feel like that's part of the reason that even though I'm turning 35 this year, I don't feel it. I feel and look much younger. People tell me I look younger. Being short also helps. But there's this feeling that time is working for you if you let it. If you're going to be allowed to be confined by the traditional sense of timing, you will be. And I feel like this is one thing people don't get, because I see people, again, I hate to compare myself to younger people, but I see people younger than me tell me about like how they feel so old, when the truth is, it's like, how do you already have knee problems? And I know everybody's experience is different, but sometimes I wonder, are you allowing the idea of time to get to you, and your body is just decomposing because you allow that to be the thought that you have? Or are you actively working against, like, I don't know, there's just something here about understanding that timing is really in your hands if you allow it to be. And again, I'm not here to judge anybody with anything going on here. I know everybody's medical issues are different, but even then, it's like time will work for you if you allow it to. You're not confined by time. I don't care how old you are. You're still capable of doing the very thing you want. I don't care how old you are. You're still very capable of wearing the things you like to wear, watching the things you like to watch, because I know I love doing tarot readings. Some people think this is childish or something that, teenage girls do. And I'm like, really? Really? I don't see it that way. Or people who love to watch animated films, it's like people think it's for children. Animation is an art form. And that's one thing people don't seem to get. I feel like we need to stop thinking that time has any control over us, when really time can be a bit of an illusion if we allow it to be. Not only that, but time can go backwards. I mean, I've seen people miraculously heal things that have never been healed before, or turn back the time on their... I mean, just the miracles that I've seen when people truly believe in the beauty of themselves. And by beauty, I mean in the light, in the universe. And maybe I'm getting a little off track here just because I feel so passionately about the things I've seen, the things I've already experienced. How many friends have I lost far too young? How many people have I seen grow to be very ancient and still have a very childish mindset? I think it goes either way. And I don't know what tangent I'm going on here. Let's get on with your cards. This fell on the floor as I was talking. Harmony, equal cross. Yeah, there's something about finding harmony within yourself and having the patience to do so. Maybe some of you are running out of patience, and this is why patience is going to be brought to you this month. There's something about detachment here as well. And then your last card. Your last card is from the Floriography deck. And again, I don't mean to say anything negative about people with any sort of health issues, but I know that if you're suffering from anything right now, you can always get back to it. I promise you. It's all a matter of believing in yourself, and I'm just some type of way right now because I know people like this who are my very dear friends. We have, this is Lily of the Valley. Hope. Yeah, hope twice. Some of you, I think part of the reason I said I had to go on that tangent is because some of you need hope that something can get better. Some of you need hope that things will be okay. And they will be. And I'll be honest, for some of you, it's not going to be in the way that you think. Like, it's not going to be on the current timeline or road that you are on right now. Like you're gonna have to shift gears. You're gonna have to make a turn. Something is gonna have to change, but there is hope for you. Something will come through here. Something is going to be better for you. It's just not gonna be in the environment that you believe it is, because it's like that old saying: you can't heal in the environment that made you sick. You know. I feel like a lot of you, you're stuck in an environment that you no longer want to be in. There is hope for you. There's something better for you. And it's just not in the environment you are currently in. I didn't even read from this, did I? The meanings of Lily of the Valley include hope, innocence, happiness, purity of heart, and trust. It is believed to bring good fortune and love and have calming qualities. Conversely, it is also poisonous and so is sometimes associated with pain and sadness. But see, as long as you don't eat this Lily of the Valley, you should be fine. I'm sorry. I just like we had all these beautiful, hopeful things, and then suddenly it's poisonous. Yeah, but it's not considered food, so there is a little bit of pessimism to some of you. I'm not gonna lie, and I mean we all become pessimistic every now and then. We all get a little wounded after we've hit something or like the floor. That's what I mean. But I feel like some of you are resisting the hope, or some of you are just looking for a silver lining. And I feel like you're going to see that this month. And it's going to be wonderful. I promise. But you have to also take that first step to get there. Like the silver lining is there, but if you don't step outside to see it. Which, by the way, is the silver lining, is that like the sunlight, the sunset? I'm not exactly sure. Like certain things just go over my head, but I assume it's like, isn't this the silver lining? Like seeing the sun and I don't know where I'm going with that, but let's move on to tarot. I feel like regardless, you're doing a lot of inner work this month, and it's revealing a lot of things to you where you have been either holding yourself back or not seeing certain opportunities, or just doing things in a slightly different way is going to get you further than if you continue doing them the way you have been doing them. You know how sometimes you do something and then it takes somebody coming along to show you that you've been doing it the wrong way, and all it took was you like twisting something a different way, or just it was a small thing, so small, but they show it to you. That's what I feel February is going to be for you, Pile 1. Well, let's start with your general reading. Let's see what else is happening in the month of February. We're overcoming a lot, that's for sure, especially those things that have been holding us back for a long time. I'm just thinking of certain people, and oddly enough, their birthdays are in February, who have certain situations and ailments, and I feel like they've been dealing with them for years. And it's like I've seen them try and like nothing works, but I see a breakthrough. And I hope it happens to these people that I'm thinking about, because it's beautiful. Well, let's go ahead and get your general reading, because I know some of you are probably in a similar situation. Again, we have the Hermit. My goodness. We have the Hermit. So this is letting me know that this Hermit energy is a bit stubborn. Some of you, you just don't want to deal. This could even... This, oh my god, why is this hard to say? There's some throat chakra thing. There is a strong energy of like avoidance. Maybe even you finding out that certain blockages aren't even you yourself, but the people around you who don't want to see you in a better light, in a better situation. There's certain sorry, this energy just kind of knocked me down. I have to sit now. But this Hermit energy could even be a Hermit energy from yourself. You know how, what is that? Is it disassociation? Dissonance? Yeah, that thing. Where you disassociate. I don't do that, so I'm not familiar with it, but I know certain people who do. This is what I'm getting. Maybe some of you are dealing with your own disassociation this month and asking yourself why you do that. It's like, why do you not want to be in your body? Why do you not want to be here in the now? And I already get why some of you do. Some of you are just in awful environments, and you can't physically run away, or it's not easy to get out of a situation, so you disassociate, or you get escapist tendencies. I see it both. I definitely used to be in a very escapist energy. I was recently put back in an environment where I didn't realize how much I wanted to mentally, maybe, well, I can't say spiritually, but definitely mentally escape the surroundings around me. And I was miserable, because it's like, I can't be like this. I cannot be in this energy anymore. That is not what I do. But it's no wonder that back then I used to be in that energy, because I couldn't escape it. I couldn't just up and leave. I had to stay where I was. And a lot of you, you've already evolved. Like, you've already overcome this. You already know, you've already tasted freedom, and you're currently being put in an energy where where you can't exactly leave, so you're kind of disassociating. It could be on any scale as well. Okay, we also have the Hierophant, spirituality and knowledge. I take the Hierophant to also be karmic lessons. You've already learned these though. You're just reviewing. It's like, you know, when you've already gone through the lesson, but you feel like you're missing something, so you review your notes, or you go back and look at your books, or reread the books. This is what you're doing with yourself, essentially. I don't know if that's how Akashic records work, but if you could meditate on those and kind of look back at your past, I feel like that would help a lot. I love looking back at the past, not because I want to be stuck in it, but because it shows us so much of who we are now. I know some people, they hate the past. They avoid the past like a plague. And I don't blame them. Sometimes the past can have some ugly things. But there's also positive things, like how you grew, how you've overcome things, how you've just the sheer amazingness of how you've had to put up with something when I feel like other people would have just cracked, or other people would have just, gone about it in such a different way. Like, it's no wonder you've overcome so much. Some of you, you're reviewing your past actions, your past self, and being rather proud of yourself. We also have the Nine of Swords, conflict and anguish. I'm going to get the rest of them just to speed things along, because I'm channeling a lot for this pile. We have the Four of Wands. Yeah, it's like celebration after having dealt with something so terrible. I do feel like you're going to have like some sort of anxious fit, or, well, maybe, let's not call it that. You're going to have some sort of worry problem. Something's going to happen this month that is going to show you how far you've come, because you're not going to just sit in your fear. You're not going to allow that to win. No, you've come too far to just be there, to just sit and allow yourself to be in this energy. For some of you, this could involve somebody else who wants you to be in this energy. So it's like they come through and they bring you some sort of negativity, and instead of reacting the way you used to, you react in such a better way, or you just completely don't care. Yeah, Six of Swords, resolution, moving on. You moved on from some negativity in your life. And I feel like you're either going to see that in February, or you're already going to come to the realization of that. Because somebody here is just very... I don't know if this is somebody causing this. You're going to see some karma for them. I don't think you care, but it's going to be very in your face and kind of silly. Because you needed to see that. For some of you, you're going to learn how to deal with people's negative energy. I don't want to provide examples just because it's I don't know, but back of the deck. Temperance, healing, moderation, and equilibrium. Yeah. You're going to understand that you're in a much better place than you realize. You're going to understand that the energy that you've been dealt was not fair. The energy that you've been dealt, anybody else would have broken down. Or maybe it has broken people down. And now you're dealing... You're a lot stronger than you realize, pile one. And I'm having a hard time saying that. Like, I'm thinking of it and I'm feeling it. But some of you are coming to the realization that you're stronger than you are, that you have more power than you realize, that you've already learned the lesson. So it's not that you're being put through something to learn a lesson. You've already learned it, because you're a student. Another way to see the Hermit and the Hierophant here, the Hermit would be the student of the Hierophant. The Hermit would only come out of its seclusion for the Hierophant. The Hierophant at one point had to be the Hermit. So there's an evolution here for you. Why do these cards keep falling? The same cards from the Oracle. We have harmony, feminine, hope. Some of you, there could be harmony with some feminine energy here, especially if you have like mother wounds or any sort of feminine wounds within yourself or with your mother. We have 2/19, so the 19th of February could be important. I just had to call these out because they kept falling on the floor. My God, that's the second time. Let me move those out of the way. Okay, let's move on to relationships. And this could be friendships or romantic. It doesn't matter which way. Your dealings with other people. What is happening in February for you, my beautiful pile one? Sorry if this is a little bit all over the place. It's been a moment since I've channeled this kind of energy. We have the High Priestess. Your intuition about people is very on point this month. Your intuition is very on point. Whatever you... I'm I'm hearing whatever you believe about somebody is probably true, both negative and positive. So if you've been getting certain feelings about something, chances are you're right about it. We also have the Seven of Cups. You also have a lot of options this month. Don't think that you don't. You have a lot of options. Oh, I am doing like a special little yes no for are you gonna have a Valentine in the closing messages, so stick around for that. But for those of you who are wondering if you're gonna have any romantic options this month, you do. A lot, actually. But let's get more cards. We have the Fool. New people coming in too, or people who have not really approached you romantically are going to come in. So if they're not new, maybe you already do know them like as people, like maybe you've already met them, but they're just friends or acquaintances or whatever. I do see people coming in. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to be friends certain people. I also see the Seven of Cups as like having an abundant social life. We have the Page of Wands. A lot of them are going to be younger or have a more youthful energy regardless of their age. I feel like this is also fire energy. And fire energy tends to be youthful itself. Like, if you see a lot of fire signs, they tend to look a bit younger than they are. Unless they... Well, the majority of the time. Some of them who party too hard tend to very much look their age. But a lot of them tend to look really, really great for their age. We have the Knight of Swords. You're also going to be hearing a lot from certain people. There's a bit of gossip going around. Or maybe you're just in a new... social group where you have to speak a lot. It's like specifically I'm hearing that you're going to get to know people, like who they are, what they do. This is like getting to know you energy. So I mean, maybe some of you could go on speed dating situations. I don't know if that's still a thing, but that could be something here for those of you who want to meet people in person and not just online. This could also just be being on online dating. And then the last card, the Six of Swords. Six of Swords again. Who's moving? Some of you could be moving. Some of you could be going somewhere. This could be literally, but Six of Swords is also leaving something behind. Some of you could decide that you just want to leave the dating scene altogether. Maybe you're just giving it a break, which fair. I mean, sometimes we just don't have time to dedicate to romance. But regardless, your intuition is helping you find the right people and getting to know the right people. Your intuition is also helping you out big time this month with people in general, because I feel like some of you, again, you're doing the internal work. When you do internal work, your intuition kind of helps you nudge you in certain ways. The more you get to know yourself, the better you get to understand people. I hope that makes sense. Like, the better you get to understand yourself, the better you understand people. Because, I mean, it's not just a matter of you wanting to treat people the way you would like to be treated. It's also understanding that people are human. I know that sounds weird, but like the amount of people I see on dating apps, and of course I see this for men because I'm into men, but the amount of men who don't see women as people kind of baffles me on these dating apps. I mean, maybe it shouldn't, because some of them are on there just to hit it and quit it or whatever the case may be. But even the ones looking for something serious, it baffles me. And I'm not saying this to, to say anything towards men. You could see it the other way around as well. There's definitely women out there who don't see men as people, or people in general who just don't see people as human. So your intuition is guiding you to get out of these more toxic individuals' radar, basically. Because you deserve somebody who's able to see, well, one, who's able to give you good conversation, and two, is able to bring you, like this Page of Wands makes me think of like a spark, either a spark of joy. Maybe a condo coming through. It's like, you want that spark to be ignited. Back of the deck, we have Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Some of you, you're holding on to certain beliefs, but I feel like that's going to be something else that you work on in the shadow work. But let's go ahead and move on to career and finances, because quite honestly, when it comes to relationships, you're going to be just fine. You're going to have a lot going on, actually. You're going to meet a lot of people. Some of you could be going to parties. Some of you could be meeting new people, but I don't see it as like your big highlight. I just see your intuition coming through to help you out. So for career and finance, well, let me get these cards out first. When it comes to career and finances, I know more of you care about the finance part than the career part. Yeah, the Two of Cups. Interestingly enough, I feel like you get to meet certain people either within the workplace or who will help your career. We have the moon reverse. Certain secrets are going to be revealed about certain situations as well, specifically in the workplace, but also these could be like secrets of the industry. We have the Seven of Cups again. Yeah, these could be the same people that you meet. Maybe some of you meet some friends through work or vice versa. You meet some work opportunities through friends. We also have the Magician reversed. Why is he reversed though? Knight of Wands. You've got competition. You're a lot more powerful than you realize, or more influential, but somebody doesn't want you to see it. Or you could have competition and they don't want you to know how good you are. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Because you work really hard. Back of the deck, King of Swords. Somebody is trying to make you seem like you don't know what you're doing, or that you're not good at something. It's like they're trying to, I don't get it's malicious either. I think they're just trying to get a position that you want or get something that you want in the workplace. But you're a lot better at this. But I feel like whoever this Two of Cups individual or situation with the moon reversed is, they're trying to let you know about this. It's like, hey, there's somebody here who is watching you. So make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's is what I'm seeing. And this is somebody who likes you as a person. Because the Two of Cups, this is somebody who cares about you. And I do feel like a lot of you actually work with people who do see you as a person, who do care about you. Some of you, you're actually very blessed with the kind of either supervisors or managers or upper management that they look out for you. This could also just be somebody older who works in the same place that looks out for you. What's underneath that? We have, yeah, Nine of Wands. I do feel like in the coming months, you're going to have to fight for something or prove your worth, I guess. I don't want to say fight. I don't want to say it's competition for those of you who don't like competition. But some of you, you're going to have to do a little bit more going forward. But somebody's going to, they're going to warn you about it. And you're going to start seeing who these people are. Who are kind of, again, it's not malicious. They don't hate you. They just want what you have. They want your position, or you both want the same position, or something along those lines. So in the workplace, just watch out. Nothing too bad. Somebody will help you out. But let's go ahead and move on to some closing advice for my pile one. But overall, I do see like the inner work that you've been doing paying off, because everything else is hunky-dory. I don't say that. Who says hunky-dory here? So let's start with the yes/no deck. I want to see if you're going to have a Valentine, even though, I mean, the tarot said that you would have a lot of options. So you could see this as like having a romantic person for this month, or as like literally having a date for Valentine's. And if you're already in a connection, you will know. So you don't have to pay attention to this. For my pile one, will they have a Valentine? We've got Inquire with Spirit. Okay. The way I'm being told to take this, though, is that it's up to you. This could be a yes or a no. It's up to you. Some of you already have options, and you don't know if you want to do something with any of those options. So you're just you're kind of going to play it cool or wait for somebody to approach you. And then for some of you, with the Inquire with Spirit, like I said, you're in Hermit energy. You could be asking your guides or the universe to bring somebody forth, or maybe even questioning why you want one. We have 19, I am a pioneer. Independence and self-sufficiency are necessities to you. You are extremely capable in life and in work, and aren't afraid to take big risks to achieve the life you desire. So some of you, you're going to start something new. You're also acknowledging that there is nobody else like you, pile one. There is nobody else like you here. So of course you shouldn't measure yourself up to anybody else. Of course you shouldn't compare yourself to anybody else. Let's get some cards from the Self-Care Oracle. For any self-care things you could do for yourself this month. We have aromatherapy. So some of you could decide to work with aromatherapy, maybe new candles, incense, or something that is going to put you in a certain mood. This could also be a new perfume. But basically, something about things smelling great, or the sense of smell could be important. We also have connect with your womb. You know what's interesting? Somebody said, who was it? I don't know if it was a tarot reader or somebody else, but something about clearing out the womb energetically could really help you out here, regardless of whether you've had kids or not, regardless of what's going on. Even those of you who don't have a womb, clear out any energy from the wombs you've been in, or the wombs that you've tried to be in. Because there's something here about the sacral energy, sacral baggage that is coming through. This will help a lot of you. It's part of your inner work. And then the last thing. Oh, okay, that was quick. We have this one. Sip in air without rushing towards the future. The present is worth enjoying. Yeah, this month you're going to make it a point to live in the present moment, because part of meditation is being in the present moment, feeling how you feel, doing what you do, and allowing yourself to acknowledge that you are existing, and that is a beautiful thing. But this is where I leave it, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the moon agate, then we have your reading here for you for the month of February 2025. So we're going to see what the month of February is going to bring to you. And we're going to look into the oracles to get an overall view. And then we're going to look into the tarot, which is going to be general, love, relationships, and career, finance. And then I'm also going to do a special little Valentine's yes or no. Will you have a Valentine, just for fun? So let's start with the cards that you got. You actually got 2. And every time I kept trying to get 1 card, to be fair to all piles, but for this pile I kept getting 2. So there's something about the number 2, something about maybe even being I don't want to say a codependency, but like being in a group of 2, like having somebody else there, whether that's a friend or, you know, a lover here. We have the King of Cups. Well, there you go. King of Cups, integrity, stability. The King of Cups can be a person who really cares about you, somebody who is romantically interested in you, specifically somebody who will take care of you emotionally, who will make you feel comfortable. This could be you. You could be this person to somebody, or this could be somebody that is going to be very prominent this month. If you already have a partner, this is very much them. It could also be father energy for those of you who don't care about romance. Maybe you're like either situations or situations regarding your father could come up in February, or your father could be an important figure for you. We also have the 10 of Pentacles, culmination and satisfaction. So yeah, this person not only cares about your emotions, they provide financially, or they provide some sort of stability. You feel very safe with this person. So like I said, this could be a partner that you are probably already in a committed relationship with. This could be a somebody who watches out for you and takes care of you. So it's very interesting that these both came out for you. A lot of you could be getting married in February, or you could just be giving a lot more attention to your partner somehow, or somebody, if you're single, watch out. I feel like somebody really is wanting to come through this month and be all of this to you. So let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards to see how the month of February is going to go for my pile 2. I do have a song. I think it's come up before. It's in Spanish. And if you're curious about the song, I can write it down in the comments. It's Alejandro Sanz, and it's called Y solo se me ocurre amarte, which means, and I can only help but love you. Like, I can't do anything but love you. Like, it's a rough translation. But it's about, for those of you who have a family, this is very much going to be a thing in February. We have Kali, fear. Interesting. I want to get another one. So for some of you, Kali Ma could be important, the goddess Kali. And Pitta. So some of you could be of the Pitta, in Ayurveda, you could be Pitta. You know what's interesting? I was actually thinking about this. The way I see these modalities in Ayurveda, I don't really practice it too much, but I'm familiar with them. They're not one that, like, I don't believe people stay in one or the other. I feel like we kind of evolve through them. Like, one minute we might be Vata, Pitta, and then Kapha. Because I've been all 3 at some point. Right now I'm currently in Vata. Because I come from a Western astrological background, you know, where we have the 4 elements, but these only have 3. I don't know why I had to feel the need to explain that. Maybe just to kind of give you my perspective on these Ayurvedic modalities. But yeah, maybe some of you are Pitta, but if you're not, I feel like this month you're going to be very energetic. You're going to want to move around a lot. You're going to have a lot of energy, a lot of fire in you. It wouldn't surprise me if some of you decide to do more athletic things or just be more active in general. There's also something here about, I'm getting spicy, but not, I mean, it could be 18 plus spicy, but also maybe some of you have, like, I don't want to say an attitude, because Kali, she's similar. There's a lot of goddesses of like rage and anger that I was looking up not too long ago. Kali is one of them, where she just has like this bloodlust, and so does Sekhmet, and in certain versions of the goddess Persephone, especially the more ancient ones where she is called Chorus, she does the same thing. The the graphic novel Lore Olympus kind of brought that back for her. That's what I'm getting. Maybe some of you are kind of dealing with a sort of rage, maybe regarding, I don't know if it's yourself or maybe this I don't want to say it's for this provider person, or maybe your father. I mean, if some of you have father issues, like I said, it could come up in February. But for some of you, you have a lot of anger, and the best way to express it is through being active. I was always told that if you are angry, move. Like, move around. Go for a walk. Go for a run. I will have so much rage sometimes that I can't help but just start working out. Like, even if I don't lift weights, but I'll start doing that. Or I don't go for runs, but I'll start running. Because it's one way to release that energy. So for those of you who find yourself very angry this month, do something with your body. Release it, because it is asking you to release it in a healthy way. And if you can't physically move because of whatever conditions you may have, I'm thinking video games or like skipping rocks on the lake or something. I don't know. It's very interesting. Let's get more cards. We have freedom, spirit, Sagittarius, releasing a bird to fly free. A wild bird soars on the air, limited only by its wingspan and the weather. Do you need to find bigger adventures or a new life philosophy? Are there limitations on your freedom that need to be acknowledged? Again with the fire energy, because Sagittarius is a fire sign. Back of the deck. Capricorn, confidence or despondency. Step onto the forest path. If you are able to embrace confidence and stand tall with a sense of inner strength as you step into the unknown. The opposite feeling is one of ongoing gloom and low motivation that stems from a self-critical gaze. Cultivate your trust in yourself as you explore new paths. It's kind of like whatever this rage and anger is, it kind of forces you to like see a different perspective. I'm getting this song by Bjork. Oh, it's interesting. What does it say? Limitation. Saturn. Yeah, maybe some of you are going through a Saturn return. But it makes me think of that song by Bjork, Hyper Ballad. I go through all this before you wake up so I can be happier to feel safe again with you. That's what I'm getting. So even if you are in a relationship, maybe you're asking yourself what freedom means to you and whether it's something you can have in a relationship or not. And it's so interesting because literally around this time last year, I was going through the very same thing, Pile 2, where I was dealing with a breakup and I just had so much anger within me after the fact that I had to, it was very cathartic in the way I had to basically start navigating my life. So I feel like a lot of you, I'm not saying that you're going to break up or anything. I just feel like you're questioning what you want in a partner, regardless of whether you have one or not, what makes you feel safe, and whether you can be this onto yourself. For a lot of you, I feel like you're stepping into King of Cups energy. You're becoming that very emotionally nurturing, emotionally mature person. Even if you already were, I feel like you're becoming this more so for everybody around you, because the Ten of Pentacles is a stability, but I'm seeing either a family or a community. This is like the single mother needing to also become the single father to her children, or vice versa. You can switch the genders here if you feel the need to. It's like you have to become all things unto yourself, and somehow that spills over onto the rest of your life. We have Neptune. Yeah, a lot of you, we could be dealing with Neptunian energy. So dreams, the spirit, mostly that which cannot be spoken but is felt. It's felt and it vibrates within you more than anything. It's kind of like Pisces energy could be important here as well. After all, February is the month of Pisces. That's when we started in, I think, the 18th, 19th of February. I want to get one more. Sap of the Moon Plant. Sap of the Moon Plant. I'm going to read from the book for this. But lots of dark blue here. And I've always associated dark blue with like a very grounded energy. Some of you could be channeling messages or could be getting very strong gut instincts here. And it could even be freaking you out, which is okay. I think everybody becomes a little more psychic during Pisces season. This need for freedom will happen during the beginning of the month. And it's like as soon as you seek the freedom, the answers come to you. Let's go ahead and get more cards for the month of February for my pile 2. We have I hope I pronounced her name right. Tlatzotelt, purification. A lot of yourselves, you're purifying yourself from something. You are purging. This is a purging. She's actually a goddess of all things, diseases in, is it Aztec? Nahuatl, I forget the area where Mexico is now. But she's also a goddess of fertility and childbirth. So some of you could be dealing with like baby mama, baby daddy issues. You could also be dealing with like toxic ex energy. Or you could just be, again, questioning who is your King of Cups. It's interesting. Maybe some of you are just mad at your person this month and you don't want to be. Or you're just having to compromise here. Let's get more cards. That's for those of you who already have a person. If you don't, I feel like issues, again, if it's not your father, it could be your mother, but like if you've seen any similarities between your partners and your parents, I feel like that's where you get aggravated. Because I know that's happened to me. You know, not to share too much about my personal life, but it's kind of like, how do I say this? The issues that you had growing up with your parents could easily become issues that you had in relationships as well, because somewhere in your subconscious you've decided that, or you didn't decide consciously, of course, like somewhere in your subconscious it's like you were taught or you felt that it was a need to have those problems be brought into your adult life. And I know that's not going to be everybody. I know a lot of people do overcome these actively, but sometimes it's little things that we don't realize are a problem until we see them. I hope that makes sense. We have joyfulness music. Some of you could be dealing with music this month. Maybe you're having a bomb playlist. Personally, every Pisces I know has like the best taste in music. So maybe, again, Pisces energy is coming through. We also have Eye of Horus, omniscience. Like I said, some of you are becoming very psychic this month, and it might even freak you out a little bit. The god Horus could also be important here, but there's something here about giving into this Neptunian energy of like letting yourself feel, letting yourself be this non-human existing presence here. Because some of you, it's like you're trying to escape, but it's been a much needed escape. It's like you've been in your body too much, you've been in your head too much. So you give into music, you give into the healing, you give into the rage that you feel. Because sometimes we just block our emotions so much, either because we don't have the time to process them or because we don't want to. But if we don't process them, how will we, like they just become bottled up? And I say this as the moon in the 12th house. Moon in the 12th house. 12th house is that which is repressed. The moon is emotions. Like repressed emotions will come out one way or another. So why not take control of how you release those emotions? For a lot of you, this does have to do with music. For a lot of you, this does have to do with, again, hitting the gym if that's what you prefer to do. I personally love to write and draw and paint. And actually tarot read as well. I feel like that's one way of at least reflecting back what I am feeling. We have, intervention. Intervention. I'm not sure if you can see that. These cards are amazing. This is by Threads of Fate, which love their cards. Absolutely love them. And I know they're going out of print soon, so I would hit them up if you really want to, if you're watching this around the time that I upload. But intervention. You're going to have divine intervention this month. Back of the deck, light. Some of you could have a spiritual awakening out of nowhere. And how do I say this? There's many ways that a spiritual awakening can come through. It comes more easily in dreams, for those of you who are good at remembering your dreams. For those of you, excuse me, sorry. Something's trying to shut my mouth, so I feel like throat chakra issues are coming through. For those of you who do not remember your dreams, I've noticed it usually comes because you have some sort of trauma. People who try to shut down that same part that like remembers all the traumatic events will also have a hard time remembering their dreams. And I know this from experience because I've spoken to a lot of people. I don't know the science behind it. And if you do know the science behind it, please let me know if this kind of resonates. But I've always been very, very interested in dreams. I've always been very interested in the subconscious because I myself have crazy, wild, vivid dreams. Always have, always will, my whole life. So some of you could have a very vivid and very interesting dream that comes through, and I feel like it's going to reveal a lot about yourself, a lot about you. Some of you could even be like, I don't know what they call this, where you absorb other people's dreams, because I know that's happened to me in very odd ways. I'll absorb my neighbor's dreams, and my neighbors are actually pretty far from me. They're like several feet away. I don't live in an apartment or anything like that. But even if you do, it wouldn't surprise me if you start taking on dreams, maybe of whoever your King of Cups person is here, if it's not yourself. So whether this is your partner, your father, or father's side of the family, there's something here about It's an epiphany, but it's experienced more than it is known. Because even though we do have omniscience, I'm hearing to know is to live, to know is to be. And that Madonna song is coming through. To know you is to love you. To love you is to be part of you. What song is that? Beautiful Stranger? Some of you could be meeting a beautiful stranger, but I feel like a lot of you, you're dealing with people that you actually have a very strong karmic or soul tie to. We have this flower, phlox, unity. Phlox carries heartwarming sentiments of souls being united, and it was once believed that it could be used to cast friendship and relationship spells. It can also mean agreement and understanding. Why not use it to celebrate a new partnership? A lot of you, you're getting a new partner this month. You are getting a new partner. I feel like this is who this King of Cups is. This person is going to want to show up for you, but it wouldn't surprise me if they kind of trigger something within you. It's like you don't want to, like, they might remind you of somebody. But it kind of bothers you, but everything else that they do is like positive, and you're kind of like not wanting to believe it, or I don't know, there's something here about them doing stuff for you or them offering you something that kind of annoys you. Maybe for some of you, you finally found somebody, but you feel like it's been too late, or that like things have just like, you kind of had hope they would come along sooner, or that you hadn't gone through certain breakups, certain relationships before they came along. So you might actually be a little angry, like, hey, if you are my soulmate, why do you take so long? That's what I'm hearing for some of you. I'm going to go ahead and read for Sap of the Moon Plant. Nocturnal, sacred water of the unconscious. Succus lunaria is an ancient substance said to be born of water, plant, and moonlight. This elixir develops in the depth of the night and is thus a metaphor for the wellspring of the unconscious. When this alchemical magic is afoot, it's all about dreams. The answer you are seeking will not come from the intellect, nor the opinion of others. It will surface from the depths, as if rising from the ancient waters of your memory. The work is to rest, restore, and awaken your celestial senses. Do this by pausing, by releasing your grip. The sap of the moon plant signifies you are in deep territory of destiny and the imagination. This is a mythic moment. The dream is waiting to show itself, but awaits your sincere invitation. Ask and rest, all will be revealed. I know sometimes I work with dream magic, and basically I ask myself a question and hope that it will come through in dreams. In the Oracle of Delphi, several centuries ago, or however long it was ago, I don't remember, there actually used to be one dedicated for this. She would, I'm not sure if she would like consume any substances, but she would be asked a question, she would sleep, take a nap essentially, and wake up with the answer. And I'm feeling that kind of energy for you. I feel like I used to be that in a past life because of just how much I remember my dreams. But for a lot of you, you're getting messages in your dreams. So if you feel the need to keep a dream journal, even if it's just for this month or for the time being, by all means do. So yeah, I feel like you're getting messages about a partner in a dream, or partners. If you're currently seeing multiple people, pay attention to how they show up in your dreams, because I kind of do that with people that I know. They will be very different in my dreams versus how they are in real life, and that's basically telling me who I can trust and how they feel about me or what the situation may be, which is very interesting. So some of you, if it's not romantic, it could just be friends in general or even family members. Pay attention to how they are in your dreams versus how they are in real life. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion. By the way, if you came from pile 1, I did not have the Empyrean Oracle, so I apologize to people from group 1. It's been weeks since I actually started that reading because I just kept having stuff happen between recording. I'm still not living at my house currently, so I just pop in to do my readings because the downstairs is not very livable, but my beautiful little sacred tarot room is, oddly enough. So we're going to go into the tarot and do your general reading for what to look out for in February. If I say any other month besides February, like I did in the first pile, just take that as a hint that that month could be important to you. I do not mean to call this reading anything other than February, but let's go ahead and get your general cards. I'm going to lay them all out first. The Hermit. Hermit's been coming through very strongly here. This is Virgo energy. This has contemplation and soul searching. I feel like February is going to be a very introspective month in general. We have the Two of Wands. independence and achievement. Again, with that freedom energy, making plans. Six of Swords, resolution, moving on. We have Ace of Swords, breakthrough and a mental focus. This is positive, beautiful energy. Pile 2, you're finally breaking free of something. Eight of Cups, new directions and walking away. A lot of you, you're letting go of something. Definitely a someone, or if not a someone, then certain patterns with people. You're breaking away from this. Some of you, your patterns have been haunting you. Your patterns have been following you, is what I'm hearing. If not from place to place, then from people to people. And I feel like this is you taking accountability for where you haven't been acknowledging, where you have allowed things to happen. Because sometimes it's very much, and I know we see this in other people all the time, you know, if they keep saying that, it's like that one person who says, all my exes are crazy, and you're like, well, the common denominator is you. And I'm not trying to call you out or anything here, pile 2, and I'm not saying you're crazy or anything, but if you see patterns repeat in your relationships, I feel like you're finally acknowledging that it's something within yourself and you're getting rid of it. Like the Six of Swords with the Six of Swords. I'm having a hard time pronouncing things right now because of my congestion, but the Six of Swords with the Ace of Swords, you're moving on and gaining a new perspective. It's like as soon as you decide to leave something behind, as soon as you decide to leave a story behind, you're going to gain clarity, and you're going to emotionally let go because you leave it behind mentally or physically first, and then the clarity comes through, and then you're finally able to emotionally release it, because both the Six of Swords and Eight of Cups are cards of walking away, but where Six of Swords is more like either physically, like think refugee energy, or even like mental energy, the Eight of Cups is that which lives within your bones and your blood and your psyche. You're moving away from that, so it's like it starts physically and then emotionally as well, because of the clarity that you gain from this. It's kind of like if you're in an environment that was making you sick, it's like you're finally getting out of that environment and you're realizing why you were acting this way. And then you no longer live that way, or you're able to recognize that pattern. And this is so beautiful that you're breaking free of this, because whatever this was, it was keeping you in hermit energy. It was keeping you small. Hermit energy doesn't have to be bad, but I feel like if you stay too much within it, you don't, like you can only do so much introspection. You can only do so much inner work before you just kind of like become a vacuum of your psyche, of yourself, you know? So I feel like you're finally breaking free of something here. For a lot of you, this is a pattern. Like if it's not a person, it's a pattern that I think you've been wanting to release. You're releasing it so beautifully. And we can thank Pluto on Pluto and the Sun conjunct around this time of year, or even the new moon in Aquarius. Beautiful energy. Back of the deck, what do we have? Ace of Pentacles, recognition and success, and you're planting the seeds for something new. Some of you could also be bringing in money, but believe it or not, I feel like for some of you, some sort of emotional baggage was keeping you from making abundance, which I know feels weird or seems weird, but I have seen that happen. So let's go ahead and move on to your love and relationships. For some of you, you could be dealing with love and relationships. And then for some of you, these are patterns passed down from your family. So love and relationships, so what do we got? What am I, pile 2? We've got the Ace of Swords. Look, I love the energy of this month for you, pile 2. This is a lot of new clarity, a lot of new perspectives. We have the Four of Pentacles. And also Princess Mononoke, this is her dagger. So if those of you who identify with her energy, which I would actually associate her with like an angry goddess like Kali, or even a purification goddess like this beautiful lady here. Latzotelt. I want to say that's how you pronounce it. I know how to pronounce some Nahuatl words because I'm Mexican, but not all of them. So we have the Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups again. Who's in your life right now, pile 2? And what are you dealing with? Like I said, if it's not a partner, then it's a father figure that, you know. I don't like to bring up daddy issues because I feel like that's infantilizing actual problems you may have with family members. But like, I feel like that's coming through this month. Six of Pentacles. This is how much you give and receive in relationships. And this has a lot to do with what your parents were able to provide for you. Like, for example, if you were made to grow up rather fast in your family and you always felt the need to overgive in relationships, this could be something that you're working through. And as a firstborn, you know, I understand that I had to be everything in a lot of things. And I feel like that carried on into my relationships where I had to keep being better than my partner, do more for my partner, essentially, you know, taking care of them. And that's not fair because of a healthy romantic partnership. You take care of each other equally in different ways or in ways that are compatible. The Emperor, yeah, we're definitely dealing with masculine energy. A lot of you, if you don't currently have a partner, you're dealing with whatever your family, again, what your family has told you you need to seek in a partner or what you need to be to a partner. And Queen of Wands. That said, pile 2, you're looking really great this month. You're looking amazing this month. You're also being very charismatic. I feel like people are very drawn to you because even though you yourself might be in hermit energy, people can't help but be attracted to that because when people know and understand themselves, they're capable of knowing and understanding others. And this itself is a very attractive quality as both a friend and a lover. So I feel like you're attracting a lot of people because of your emotional integrity and emotional intelligence. And I'm not even saying you have to be perfect. I feel like they see your imperfections and they actually like that because you're relatable and because they understand you, and at the same time they're attracted to the fact that, you know, that you're basically a good and understanding friend. This is a very attractive quality, and it's also going to show physically somehow. I'm not sure how that works in, but it's kind of like you're just going to look good. I don't know. It's like you have a glow about you. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of you've been overgivers. Queen of Pentacles, she is a queen who provides. I mean, yes, she's definitely a goddess, a queen, but she is a queen who provides. Like, she is the one out there making her own money. She nurtures through the physical things like giving food, providing shelter, anything physical. So a lot of you have been in your Queen of Pentacles energy for far too long. I feel like you need to start receiving as well, because the Queen of Pentacles is also good at receiving. You know, she makes good investments and she gets really great returns. So when it comes to relationships, you're attracting a lot of specifically masculine energy, which could be good or bad depending on your situation, but a lot of it is seeking comfort from you because you have this very naturally nurturing energy to you. You could also be attracting a lot of friends, oddly enough, specifically platonic male friends. For those of you who are more likely to have those, it's kind of like you become everybody's big sis or, you know, that good friend of theirs. It's kind of like, and I've said this before because I know one of my life purposes in this lifetime is to heal unhealthy masculinity or toxic masculinity, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that's one of my life purposes. So therefore I have a lot of guy friends and I'm meant to like help them through their relationship problems or to give them a female perspective if they want it or something along those lines. A lot of you're having this very same situation here. Very interesting. This pile is very deep. They all have been, honestly. I don't know what's going on in February, but I'm loving it. So let's see your career and finances. Like I said, we have a lot of provider energy, but I feel like you've been the provider for a long time. And now you're having to not want to provide so much. It's like at some point you feel the need to also be receiving. So we have the High Sage. When it comes to your workspace, you're going to be very intuitive. Your intuition definitely helps you out a lot. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I just saw a Girl Scout cookie delivery outside my window. Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't know who here is selling Girl Scout cookies in the US or anything similar in wherever you live, but maybe you're helping some girls out with this or whatever the Boy Scouts do, whatever the kids are selling, cookies that kids are selling. Maybe you're helping with a fundraiser. But regardless, your intuition is very strong this month. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. Lots of emotional energy is coming through in this pile. You could be my water signs or heavy on the water sign energy. 8 of Wands. You help people get over their situations very fast. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you are, look, in the workspace, not only are you like emotional support, you're also really like good and fast at what you do, and people are loving this. This is very much like whatever your sense of urgency is in the workplace, people are loving it. Let's get one more card. Ace of Wands, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, for some of you, you could have like a hookup in the workplace. I know that's not gonna be everybody, and I'm pretty sure this is just something casual because it's like Queen of Cups energy, you're already looking amazing. But there's also like somebody young. If it's not a hookup, it could just be like younger friends. Like I said, maybe some of you are like mentoring people or mentoring, and by younger people, I mean like, for example, if you're in your 30s, they could be in their 20s or whatever the case may be. I don't think this is anybody. This is all regardless, you're being a mentor. I really do see that. Back of the deck. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. It's like you're helping people out with their situations. It's like whenever they hit rock bottom, they know to turn to you because you have exactly what they need to hear. Not only are you emotional support, but you also actually help them with their situation on a very practical and physical level. And it's so interesting. There's going to be something new towards the end of the month, or maybe at the beginning of the month, some new energy coming through in your workplace. And you could be, it's almost like a new lease on life, or like you're starting something over. Or you could just be working with like a more younger, youthful energy. Or you could feel this way. Some people in the workplace, I feel like in certain fields, not all of them, of course, just tend to have a more youthful energy because of what the workspace calls for. If you're getting a new job, you could be in a maybe high paying environment, but a fast paced environment that kind of brings some sort of vigor back to you, which is very interesting. But I see you again, you're attracting a lot of people, and your emotions are being asked to be acknowledged this month. And once you do, things change for the better. Some of you could be getting a lot of insight from people younger than you as well, or vice versa. Like you give each other insights here. And I say this as somebody who has friends both much older and much younger. I feel like we learn a lot from generations. I know in like there are certain tribes out there that or even like in much older times, you would always ask the elders for advice. And I feel like our generations, just because we're living a little bit longer and because we have a I don't know, there's like an overlapping of generations in the workplace. We're able to give each other advice in a way that the other one could not really see before, you know? And this goes both ways. It's not just one to the other. It's not just the older to the younger. It's also the younger to the older, because the fresh perspective can be very enlightening sometimes. So I'm seeing that in the workplace. Overall, very much like this is very, very personal energy. I feel like a lot of you, you're tapping into moon energy this month. Beautiful. But regardless, very transformational. I feel like that's just going to be the main theme of February for a lot of my piles. So let's go ahead and move on to some closing advice. Let's see if we can have a Valentine pile too. I feel like this could be my pile that doesn't really care, but let's just do it for funsies, you know? You never know. You never know. We're using the Yes and No deck again by Threads of Fate. Oh, I got in my feelings whenever I found out they were closing because I love their decks. Like, who else makes decks like these? I swear. This is going to be my appreciation February reading for them. Okay, so pile 2. Are you going to have a Valentine? Inquire with Spirit. You know what? Pile 1 got this as well. That's not good enough for me. I'm getting another one. I'm sorry, pile 2. Okay, your magic is potent. Yeah, okay, let's go with that because like I said, you're attracting a lot of people because your energy is just so inspiring, invigorating. You have all the answers, and even if you don't, they still want to be around you. Don't be surprised if people just want to hang around you for no reason. Which could be annoying. Like, I know some people, they just have that magnetism and they find it annoying, but like, you know, you have a light within you. Let's go ahead and get more cards, pile 2. This is an angel number. We have 1212. Stay focused on your best possible future and remain optimistic throughout the entire journey. Your angels are right behind you as you turn your dreams into reality. I am focused. I'm specifically hearing you could actually have dreams about your angels, regardless of how you feel your angels look like or what they are or what role they provide in your spiritual journey. I feel like you're going to have messages and your angels behind you here. I'm more the what's it called? I guess the Christian Catholic angel situation, but I'm also open to like the other type of angel that looks all like a shape and eyes and stuff. Because to me, it's about the presence of them. To me, it's about what they provide. Like they have no shape because they're energy. Let's get some self-care cards to see what you can do this month to take care of your beautiful self. We have plan a vacation. Yes, some of you could be planning a vacation this month or even a small getaway. Because there's a plane here, I feel like it could be something overseas though, or in another country. One where you have to take a plane somewhere. Back of the deck, deep breathing. You know what's funny? I've been suggesting a lot of people do deep breathing lately. So you could be doing breath work, or you could be doing something here to help your lungs or your breathing pathways. So some of you could be seeing a doctor. I forget what the breathing doctor is. I think it's an ENT, eyes, nose, throat. And then the last card is going to be the Let Go Oracle. So for my pile 2, month of February, what do we have? Okay, this one wanted to come out. Oh, she's wearing this beautiful orange dress. Let all distractions float by. Concentrate on the things you really want. So I feel like this month you're not being distracted by petty things. You're not being distracted by anything other than the things that you need to work on yourself. And you're focusing on your goals, your dreams, especially toward the end of the month, because it's like most of this month is going to be a bit of a purge of all the things, all the patterns, all the habits that you know have not been great for you. I say patterns because some of those patterns for a lot of you were not really habits. You didn't actively choose to do them, but they just became part of your life for whatever reason. So we're letting go of them as a distraction. And anything or anyone who wants to get in the way of this, we're also letting go of them. But yeah, it's going to be a beautiful month for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the rose quartz, then we have a reading here for you for the month of February. So this pile actually started filming before I was ready. I think I was just like joking around, and then I went to hit play, and I feel like you're going to start something before you're actually ready, or things will just get started for you before you're ready to do something. I'm not sure what the situation of that is. It's like maybe you find a job before you graduate, or maybe you start doing something before you've finished certification. Like things are going to speed up for you in the month of February. So your card is the Queen of Swords, self-reliant and perceptive. A lot of you, you're going to be very, very not in your head, but you're relying a lot on your intellect this month. So especially those of you who are my air signs or have a lot of air in your chart, you're dealing with a lot of mental, let's just call it mental stimulation, because I don't want to say it's a good or a bad thing. I just feel like you're going to be in your head a lot this month, especially toward the beginning of the month with Aquarius all over the place. But let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. So let's go ahead and get some glyphs for my pile 2. We've got stability column. Oh, this is beautiful. A lot of you, you're gaining the stability that you've been wanting here. You're gaining the stability that you've been wanting. I feel like it comes from within yourself. It's like, this is very independent energy, but also very perceptive, because the Queen of Swords, she is my favorite queen. To me, she is the more intuitive, not just because of her lived experiences, but because she's able to basically put 2 and 2 together. She's very intelligent, and because of her intelligence, she's also very divinely guided. As to where, like the Queen of Cups, some people see her as psychic, but that's more understanding people's, it's empathy. And the Queen of Wands is more charisma. It's more being able to just, it's manifestation. And the Queen of Pentacles is just that which the body needs, that which we need for stability. The Queen of Swords is able to kind of understand what it is that she needs and become that. We have Leo, emotion, security or insecurity, standing in the spotlight. If you're able to step forward into the spotlight with confidence and poise, relish this feeling of security. However, if you are experiencing insecurity, trust that real self-expression will help to shift that feeling. A lot of you are being put in the spotlight this month. Maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe this is like performing before you really warmed up, but it turns out that you're just so gifted and talented and you know everything that you didn't really need to warm up. It's that kind of energy this month for you, pile 2, because I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a big sense of apprehension before I started this pile. So I feel like a lot of you, you're going to be a little anxious this month, and not without reason, but I feel like you're going to be okay regardless. Like you are more than prepared for this. You are more than ready for it, whatever the case may be. Somebody could be making you an offer and you think, no, I'm not ready. And they're actually not going to take no for an answer. But I feel like this is guided. It's like they're going to push you into something because they're actually going to let you see how good you are at this. It's like You know how you have that one friend who's really talented and you know they're going to be amazing for something, but they're just like, no, no, I don't want to. But then you push them to do it and it turns out that they're great at it. And it's that kind of energy. And I'm not saying you don't have to do anything here against your will. I just feel like things are going to line up for you to do things before you're even ready for it. Because if you don't take that plunge, I don't think you ever will, pile 2. Or sorry, pile 3. Let's get your flower card. I'm not looking at these even though the images are up here. Okay, so this is very pretty. Hellebore. Scandal. Also known as the Christmas rose, this now popular winter flower has a dark past. Its leaves, stems, and roots are toxic and have been used to produce poison for thousands of years. History tells us Alexander the Great was treated for an illness with hellebore but became extremely ill and subsequently succumbed to its poison. Aside from the grim tales, hellebores are also used medically to treat madness. Its capacity to not just survive but actually thrive in the dark depths of winter gives its contrasting meanings of hope and endurance. So it's interesting that it says scandal, but there's something here about endurance. You could start something with a little bit, I don't want to say scandal as in it's going to be a bad thing. I just feel like people are going to hear about it, but it's going to be something that like ends up being really good in the long run. Like you needed to make a big bang about this because you're meant to kind of make waves and then it ends up becoming something good. So yeah, for a lot of you, you're in the spotlight this month for better or worse, but I feel like you needed it. For those of you who have like social media accounts, maybe something is going viral and it could go viral for whatever reason, but it ends up being something good for your brand, your business, your social media career, if that is what you want. That's what I'm seeing. Let's get more cards though. But don't think this is anything negative, pile 3. I'm not really getting that. I feel like you're going to see it as negative because of your nerves, but that's about it. And not to say that, again, it's understandable why you feel anxious and nervous about this, but it's going to be okay, I promise. Bastet Sanctuary, yeah. It's always interesting that this particular deck considers Bastet Sanctuary. In other decks that I have of her, she's considered like fertility, playfulness, or even just like feline energy. But there's something here about your particular playful energy being very comforting to people. I also feel like you're going to be looking really great. Bastet is one of those goddesses that I associate with like really good looks. Maybe some of you have like a rather cat-like appearance to you as well, whether that's like, you know, your makeup, maybe you do cat eye makeup, or maybe you just have like those features, or even the way you walk. I'm thinking Catwoman, essentially. Let's get more cards for you, pile 3. Yeah, for a lot of you, like I have like a feeling in my gut right now. Like some of you are going to be rather nervous this month. We have Buddha. Oh, beautiful. We have Buddha here. I mean, if you have the spiritual practice of Buddhism, then this would make sense. Or maybe some of you are dealing with Buddhist principles this month as well. Maybe you're learning about it, or you could be visiting a Buddhist temple. Back of the deck, we have Pavarti. I love Pavarti. I associate her with yoga, but also somebody who needs to find herself before she finds her partner, because we are talking about February. This is Valentine's month. I do feel a lot of you, you're devoting a lot of time and energy to yourself, and in doing that, you will find people who are going to be on very similar wavelengths as you, whether this is somebody romantic or more friends. It all depends. But yeah, I love this energy. For a lot of you, your body is looking amazing, is what I'm hearing. Regardless of what it looks like, I'm hearing your body is looking amazing with both Bastet and Parvati here, because I just associate them with like that very physical feminine energy. Let's go ahead and get more cards for you. For my pile 3, we have, oh, beautiful, balance. You're going to be seeking a lot of balance this month. Again, yoga is coming through. If you do yoga, I would practice balance moves, anything that has to do with balance. I know I need to because it's been a minute since I've done my balancing poses. But, you know, standing on one foot or anything that provides balance, I would do. And then we have intervention. Let's go ahead and get more cards. I will elaborate on intervention in a moment, but I feel the need to... Let's get the alchemy cards for my pile 2. We have Venus. I'm not surprised. A lot of you, whether you like it or not, you're tapping into feminine energy this month. I feel like it just comes naturally to you. Back of the deck for this. Vinegar. Yeah. Some of you, and there was a similar energy in pile 1. So if you're coming from pile 1, I feel like this is just elaborating on this. You're kind of clearing out your feminine energy. Anywhere where you felt that your feminine energy has been low vibrational or negative, or where you've had a bad relationship with it, I feel like you're clearing that out and bringing in something important here. So there's something about allowing yourself to be soft, allowing yourself to be feminine, even if you're a man, a straight man here. I feel like you're really allowing yourself to be in like this soft era, because for a lot of you, you've been over worrying about something, whatever this may be. And now you're being put in the spotlight, or you're being given attention. And suddenly it's like you're having to balance between being a receiver and I'm hearing a performer. Maybe some of you literally perform. That's where this intervention card comes through. Like I said, it's something unexpected, but it's something liminal. Ooh, I love this, liminal. It's something that's been needed. It's something that has been needed for a long time. I feel like you might have a friend or somebody who is looking out after you, pushing you into something, but you're going to be grateful that they did, because I feel like if it had been up to you, you never would have done this, whatever the case may be. And this could be something, this is going to be fun. Whatever this is, it might freak you out a little bit, but you're going to have so much fun with it. It's like, you know, when friends push you to do karaoke and you have like the best performance you've ever had and you absolutely love it, and now you love karaoke nights. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you. This energy just feels so... like, it's a little anxious, it's a little nervous, but then it becomes like you release it and you have fun. Whatever happens this month, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be playful. It could even rejuvenate you for some of you. Like, it's going to bring something wonderful into your life. Oh, I love this energy for you, pile 3. But I want to go ahead and move on to the tarot, just because I'm excited about whatever this is for you. I'm also going to be doing, because it is Valentine's month, I'm going to be doing a yes, no towards the end in the closing cards, just to see whether you will have a Valentine or not. But I'm not getting big, strong, like, love vibes in this particular pile, so you can just take it or leave it. I know the previous piles, they dealt a lot more with relationships than this one for sure. So let's start with your general reading. So what is going on in the month of February for my pile 3s? We have the Emperor. Oh goodness, this is wonderful. Emperor energy is coming through. Either you are stepping into your Emperor energy, or you could be finding Emperor energy. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, abundance and fortitude, even though you don't really need them. Because Nine of Pentacles to me is self-sufficiency, it's independence, it's not needing anybody to provide for you. We also have the Ten of Wands. However, we do have a lot of burdens. That's the thing. Like, when you don't need anybody to give you anything, you somehow have more responsibilities anyway. So I feel like you're coming to terms with that. We have responsibility and challenges. We also have the King of Pentacles. I swear, this story writes itself. And the Moon. You have a secret admirer, and this secret admirer kind of is able to provide for you, is what I'm hearing. This person, I don't think you understood or know that they actually have a lot more to offer than you realize. Whatever it is that you need, they have to offer. Because King of Pentacles and the Emperor and the Ten of Wands, they're here to make your life easier. This is for those of you, this is more romantic-wise, but it could also be like somebody who has a job opportunity to offer you. You could have a friend who has like a really great job opportunities for you, or maybe something that could help you out here. You have people who are able to offer you something, but you're not aware of it. Because the Moon, I'm not sure why. Can I get a clarification on the Moon? Why are these things being hidden? Six of Swords, because you're not in that environment yet. Yeah, you're making plans to go to that environment. Maybe you're going to be going somewhere. Maybe you haven't even met these people yet, but you kind of have them in the area. It's like they're literally in your same town, but they're not in the same place that you are, or you haven't met them yet. So I feel like you're going to meet people who are going to be able to help you out here. This is strong masculine energy coming to help you out, because you've been in your you've been in your own masculine energy for far too long, and you've been doing this for too much, pile 3. That's what I'm hearing. Back of the deck, the Fool. Yeah, there's a new journey ahead of you. There is a new journey ahead of you this month. I feel like you begin it this month. I know there are certain people who consider Aquarius to be like the first sign because, well, to me it makes sense because of lunar or Chinese astrology. It begins on the new Aquarius moon. For some people, it's the new Aries moon or whatever the first day of Aries is. But personally, I've always started it by the Chinese Lunar New Year. And I know everybody has their own different New Year's opinions. But this is a feeling that you're stepping into something new. Some of you might already be on your way to this, or you could already be like on the path. Because I feel like it's not going to be long before you find out, or you find out what this is, or you find the things you need. This could also be you stepping into your King of Pentacles energy. It's like you're not aware of how much abundance you have until it comes through. It's like you haven't looked at your investments in a while, so you're going to look at that, or you're going to see how much you are making. Like once you do the budget, you realize that you have a lot more money left over, which is very interesting. But yeah, this is going to be a great month for you, especially those in your masculine energy, or those of you looking to heal your masculine energy, or those of you looking to pull a masculine energy, if you know what I mean. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to love and relationships, because like I said, I wasn't getting strong romantic vibes in this particular pile, but I'm curious. We have the Chariot. We have the King of Wands. Look, much like pile 2, this pile, you're attracting a lot of attention. Yeah, you're just looking good. We have the Hierophant. 10 of Swords. Some of you, you've learned karmic lessons, or you're getting over like a karmic relationship or a karmic past or something here. So I can see why you're not caring about relationships. You're like, I'm good. I don't care right now. I just want to focus on me. But regardless, you're attracting a lot of attention. Oh, okay, this one popped out. Wheel of Fortune. And it's fated that you're meant to have this much attraction just to see what your options are and or to have fun. I don't think you're meant to make up your mind about anybody. I don't even think you have to take up their offers. I think you're just meant to be shown what you can pull, what's going on. Yeah, Page of Cups, because a lot of people have crushes on you. Some of these people could be a little bit younger or less experienced than you, or they could just be a kind of person that you're not used to. Maybe they're more emotional or you're more not emotional. But you're attracting different kinds of people, and you're meant to see this. 9 of Wands, yeah. Because a lot of you, it's kind of like people want to take you out and see you have fun. You're attracting new people because this is meant to help you get over a situation. It's like if you're stuck on somebody from the past, then seeing all these options kind of like, you know, boosts your ego or helps you get it up, or I don't know. It's kind of like, oh gosh. It helps you feel better about yourself. Even if you don't want romance, even if you don't care about it, it's like harmless flirting never hurt anybody. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you. So I feel like you're going to enjoy this month when it comes to your romance. When it comes to friends, same thing. You're attracting a lot of friends who are going to be able to help you out. Like I said, you have people around you who have a lot to offer you, and you're not aware of it yet, or this hasn't been known, like they haven't let it be known yet for whatever reason. Let's go ahead and get more cards for you. For my pile 3, what's going on in their career and finances? We have the 6 of Cups. Aww. So those of you who have work friends, you're gonna have a lot of fun with them this month. 3 of Swords. This came out reversed, and I kind of want to take it reversed, but I'm not taking reversals for this reading. But let's see. 7. Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna lie, the workplace, you're gonna have some sort of disappointment, and somebody could try to throw you under the bus. So just be careful with that. With the Queen of Pentacles, though, I feel like you're safe. You're safe because you know your stuff. You're safe because you know your work, and because you've been there longer. There's some sort of seniority. If not that, then I feel like you're in a higher position of power, or you have more on somebody than you realize. So even if they do try to take you down, I think they don't know who they're messing with. Yeah, 10 of Cups, because people really like you in the workplace. If there's somebody here trying to make you seem bad, people are going to get behind you because they like you. They know you. They know who you are. They know you know your stuff. You could be an earth sign here, or at least you could come off this way in the workplace. If people try to say anything negative about you, they're going to be behind you because they know you. Eight of Swords. That said, I feel like this is still gonna hurt you. It's like, even though you're very grateful of all the support around you, you're still kind of wishing that something hadn't gone down the way it did. I don't know what this Three of Swords and stuff, like somebody is literally going out of their way to make you seem bad. Or back of the deck, yeah, Page of Swords. They don't know what they're talking about. Whoever this is, they don't know what they're talking about. Can I get clarification? I'm gonna leave this here. No reversals, but can I get clarification on this? Because I feel like the workplace could actually be like something difficult for you. Who is this person? What are they saying? And the outcome. Regardless, I feel like people are gonna be supporting you. With the Six of Cups, that's friendship, that's nostalgia. These are your real ones, you know, these are your ride or dies. 10 of Cups, people adore you. Queen of Pentacles, this is money, first of all. This is like nurturing through money. But who is, okay, so who's saying this? Ooh, King of Swords. Somebody who is really good at like, this could be somebody, either a boss or somebody who's just really good with words. They could be an air sign. What are they saying? The Pillar, Empress. What's the outcome? This is somebody who's into, ooh, the Hermit. Yeah, okay. This is somebody who, I don't know if there was like a love situation or like a romantic or a relationship. There's something here because you're the Pillar, or somebody's saying that you only get things because you look a certain way or because you're using your feminine charm. And the Hermit here, it's like, no, actually, you're just really good at what you do. You do your job well. Hermit is Virgo energy, and Virgos are workaholics. A lot of earth signs are. But whoever this person is, they do not, like, they're trying to get people to hate you, or they're trying to discredit you, or they're trying to say something about you. Back of the deck. Yeah, King of Wands. This person used to be attracted to you. Or maybe they still are, and they're just kind of like mad that you're not with them or that you reject their advances, or that they don't want you. But this person has a combination of like fire and air. I hope they're not your boss. But even if they are, like, there's people who support you and know you and understand you. Underneath that, Strength, yeah. I'm sorry. I do feel like there's drama in the workplace, not gonna lie. But people support you because they know that whoever this person is, I feel like maybe you used to be friends with this person, or you used to care about this person. I don't know, but it's just a shame. You're gonna be fine. I think you're just gonna get in your head about it a little bit, but I wouldn't worry. This person, they're not great. But let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice. So just be careful with the workplace. It could also help to just lay low in the workplace if you don't want this to happen, or since you already know it's possible that it could happen, you could always ask the universe, the divine, to help you out in this situation. But regardless, I feel like despite all of that, you're having a wonderful and beautiful month. Let's see. It could be that if whatever you're doing that is putting you in the spotlight is in the workplace, I feel like this person may say something about you, and people are going to just like not care for it and shut this person down. So let's get a yes or no card to see, are you gonna have a Valentine this month? Pile 3. It's a hard no on this. Yeah, like I said, this is not my pile of people who care for romance right now. Either you don't have time, you don't care, or you're just like, you're getting attention, that's for sure, but I don't think you care about this. Some of you are just like, nope, I'm rejecting it, I don't want it. Maybe there's some heart chakra stuff you need to deal with here too, because you did choose the rose quartz, pile 3. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be a Valentine's year for you. Let's go ahead and get your angel number. 777. I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose, a state of peace and calmness in your soul. So the number 7 could be important here for some of you. This is also a lucky number because this makes me think of like a jackpot, like in the slot machines. So some of you could become very lucky this month, or you could have some wonderful opportunities show their way to you. I'm going to get a self-care card to see anything you can do to take care of yourself this month. Take a walk. Beautiful. Maybe some of you could enjoy a beautiful walk. Deep breathing. This came out in another pile. I feel like it's going to be a month for deep breathing, especially during Aquarius season, because I forget what the effects it has on the mind, but it can really help with any anxiousness. I know it does for me. If I'm ever feeling a certain way, I just take like 3-5 deep breaths. I take as many deep breaths as I need until I feel good. So for a lot of you, that could help. And then your last cards from the Let Go Oracle for the month of February for my pile 3. Okay. Let go of yesterday, as what you do right now is more important. Yeah, and look how she's bathing. So for a lot of you, you're letting go of yesterday. You're letting go of a situation. You're letting go of anything that doesn't make you feel great. And I feel like you're taking every day as if it's new. Plutonic energy, and that doesn't surprise me because, like I said, we begin the month with Aquarius, and Pluto is currently in Aquarius, so that entire season is going to be very intense for a lot of you. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the red jasper heart, then we have your reading here for you for the month of February. We're going to see what is going to be happening for you this month with the oracles, and then we're going to go into the tarot to see your general love, relationship, and career and finance. So we're going to start with the cards you chose. You actually got 2. 2 of Wands, independence and achievement. And 6 of Swords, resolution and moving on. This card has been coming up a lot in a lot of my readings. I feel like a lot of you, you're moving on from something. You're making plans to go somewhere. You're really stepping into the future, either because you've been forced to or because you know you need to. There's like an inner calling within you, because I feel like for a lot of you, you know you can't stay where you used to be, or you know that things have to change, things have to progress. This could be emotionally, this could be physically. I feel like regardless, a lot of you are moving on to something else. But let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards to see what the month of February has to say. If I say any other month, I am sorry. I keep forgetting that it is February. I keep wanting to say like every other month. I think I said October, November, January. Like I've been saying all these other months. Maybe some of you are not looking forward to February. So pile 4, we have Rose, feminine, number 19. We're dealing with feminine energy for sure. And then we also have love, heart. Oh my goodness. A lot of you have love on the brain this month, and I think that's okay. What you're moving on from could be something romantic, but it doesn't have to be. But I feel like a lot of you are stepping into divine feminine energy. If you have any love goddesses that you work with, I feel like it would be an amazing month to do so, especially because it's Valentine's month. I am going to do a yes/no card for will you have a Valentine at the end of this reading. So let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. Though I feel like a lot of you, I don't know if you're actively seeking it, but you're healing something within your heart. We have the Ether. The Ether. I think I'm going to read from the book for this, because I was having a hard time with this card when I first saw it, when I went through it. And then back of the deck for this one, we have Needle. Needle. And for me, needle is like pointing something in a direction. It's like for example, I work with pendulums, and it's kind of like the needle is pointing you in a specific direction, and I feel like you're going to follow it. Of course, some of you could work with needle and thread, for those of you who sew or who have anything, who work with textiles, that could be important. I'm also seeing the needle on a record player, for those of you who like to collect vinyls. It's kind of like you're setting that needle to where it needs to be, or it's like you know where you have to go and you're going to go there. Certain places in the world could be calling you, whether that is a specific city, a specific area, environment. We have healing, Chiron, rolling out a carpet over the mud. Sometimes old wounds become forgotten, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. Roll back the carpet and delve into the muck. Only by doing so can you heal and move forward. Maybe some of you thought you had already healed from this, but you're learning in February that you hadn't fully let it go. So you had let it go, you had forgotten about it, you had put a band-aid on it, but it didn't heal. So now you're really focusing on literally healing whatever this is for good. A lot of you, whatever you're moving on from, you're finally moving on. There could have been a delay in you letting go of something. And this could have been like a long delay, but now it's like for real, you have to let it go. Like it's without question, something here is just not meant for you, or something here has not been working out. So yeah, whatever this is, you're healing, and it's going to be so profound, because I don't think you're going to be the same person after this. And that's a good thing. And whatever this is, it has to do with your heart. It has to do with your feminine energy, whether you identify as feminine or you're attracted to feminine. Let's get some goddess cards for you. We got, oh, you got two. Oh, I hope I pronounced her name right. Juantan Huanu, strategy. And Izanami, potential. Interesting that they're both like East Asian goddesses, so that part of the world could be calling to you. I don't know if they're both, I want to say she's Japanese, but I want to say, is she Chinese? Regardless, strategy and potential. Again, you're in your planning stages. You're like making plans to do something. You're going to be very organized this month. And I don't think you're typically a very organized person, or you don't typically do this, but it's like you're picking up the pieces of where you left off and making wonderful and beautiful plans here. Back of the deck. Misfortune. Yeah, this is after too much misfortune has come around. You're like, okay, if things are not working out and things are just if the signs are so clear, you can't ignore them. Therefore, you're going the direction that you know you're being asked to go. It's like, it's so clear cut. A lot of you, you're very, very spiritual. You ask for signs from the universe. And I feel like they're giving you a pretty clear cut sign here of what needs to be done. Let's get more cards for you. And for a lot of you, moving on from this is a way of loving yourself, believe it or not. We have Rajas. You're going to be given a lot of extra energy this month to do this, by the way. There's going to be a lot of extra energy in general. I wonder if Mars is going direct yet this month. I'm not sure. But I feel like you're going to gain a lot of new energy to do this. Also, Niyamas, and I will read from the book for that. Back of the deck, Dharma. Or no, sorry. Dharana. I will read. I'm being asked to read a lot in this pile. Let's go ahead and get your last card before I do all of that, though. For my pile 4, this energy is heavy. And I know you've gone through a lot, pile 4, but I promise it's going to be fine. I feel like by the end of the month, something beautiful will happen. We have Jupiter. Good luck. Oh, there's so much luck here. There is so much luck here. Now I'm hearing that song by Chappelle Rowan, Good Luck, Babe. So quite literally, the universe is sending you luck, or maybe you're finally releasing something that was not giving you what you need. It's like no matter how you tried, it just wasn't going to work out, or no matter what the situation was, it just wasn't fitting. So you're releasing it. Because I'm hearing like both the stanzas, or whatever it's called in that song, like, you don't want to call it love. I don't want to call it off, but you don't want to call it love. And then I think I'm going to call it off even if you call it love. It's like no matter what you do, it's just not meant to work out here. So this could be a relationship. It could be a place of living. It could be a place of working. You will know what your situation is, pile 4. I feel like this is just confirmation, because if it's coming through this clearly, you already know what this is, and it's time to let it go. But I feel like the universe is going to bring in a lot of people, opportunities, and situations that are going to just help you out. Like, it's going to be easy because you decided to take that step toward it. So let's go ahead and read from these books. So from the book, this is the Empyrean Oracle, Ether. And just when you think it's nothing, it's everything. We may never be able to comprehend the idea of universal energy. We play with it like our mercury broken free from a thermometer. Just when we think we have it, it's the lens we now see through. It dances away from us like a flame, and we are back on the bustling streets shouting at faceless traffic. We are one has become a trope that we've outgrown. It's repeated to calm anxieties, to unify when there's a fracture, to soothe when we feel the heat of anger. It doesn't come close to capturing the true magnitude of all that we are, of how truly connected everything and everyone is, each of us minuscule threads in a fabric woven together, stretching across space. Time and space. A fabric that can shift and move, swell and contract, but cannot be torn or destroyed. The magic of knowing that we are the ether is having the ability to transform and expand in any given moment. It's trusting that the same atoms that make up this universe, that stretch for an eternity, that hold so much mystery and alchemy, live within us. So, And there's a song that they recommend here, River by Hiatus. It's understanding that everything is interconnected. And if you let something go and it's really meant for you, it will come back. Or if you let something go, something better comes along. So it's like you've made peace with letting go. And I feel like that's the biggest, most profound thing you could do here, Pile 4. You've made peace with letting go. And I'm getting choked up about that because, you know, we refuse to let things go sometimes. I'm a Taurus. I cling on to things more than I really should. And I think a lot of people do out of comfort or whatever the case may be. But it's like understanding that letting go is just a part of loving yourself. It's a part of loving others. It's a part of allowing things to be how they need to be. I'm getting so worked up about that. I'm sorry. But yeah, and you're following your instinct here. And I feel like it's been about time that this happened. So 4 niyamas from the book. Laws of personal observance. You are beginning to reap the rewards of the inner transformational work you have done. This is just the beginning of a lifelong practice of personal observance. Tune into what your soul needs at this moment. What are the toxins in your body and mind that need sausa, purity? Are you experiencing contentment, santosa, for all the blessings you have been given? Are you using your tapas, disciplined energy, to take you toward your dharma, divine purpose? Continue the practice of I'm sorry that I'm butchering these words, my beautiful people. Svadhyaya, self-study. There is always more that you'll find when you open up the pathway to your true spirit. Take some extra time for yourself each day to practice Isvara Pranidhana, the celebration and contemplation of spirit. And now I'm butchering English words too. Pile 4. You've decided to take on the transformational work here, and it's paying off. It's going to pay off so well. It's like because you let go, beautiful things are coming in for you. And I feel like it took some moment to let go, and there's no shame in that. You know, we let go when we're ready. And it's kind of like the universe is showing all these beautiful things to you. It's like you've opened the door and the universe is showing you this beautiful sunny day with like the perfect weather and this beautiful, I'm seeing like a beautiful garden and everything is just wonderful. You opened the door and you see something better and you're walking through it. It's because you've chosen to move on from something. From Dharana, single focused concentration. It is time to focus your mind on one goal to undergo the transformation that comes from concentration. The birthing process of an idea takes deep commitment to usher it into life. Through single-focused commitment, you will be able to deepen your understanding of your goal and from its core, bring it to fruition. This is your time to say no to everything that is not related to your dharma. Practice dharana and focus on what it is you came to this earth to do. A lot of you, you're following your calling. Your life calling, your life purpose, I feel like you're finally following it. And this could be part of the reason why you have such a... Excuse me, I'm having all sorts of reactions right now. You're following your calling, and because of this, it's kind of like things are going to open up for you. And I know it was hard to do whatever you're doing. Maybe you're still going through it, Pile 4. But you have so much potential, and you're going to figure this out, I promise. And it's going to be so much better once you come out on the other side. But let's go ahead and move on to your tarot reading, the general love relationship and career romance. I feel like this could be anything, by the way. This could literally be career, romance, anything. Maybe all of the above. Maybe you're doing a little bit of everything. You're letting go of several things at once, which does happen to people. It could be a whole life makeover, a whole life turnaround. So we're going to start with the general reading just to see what the themes of this month are. Well, we already mentioned the theme of the month, but to see what is going on in your life in general for February. Pile 4. We have the Star, Harmony, Renewal. This is also a card of hope. Also a card of Aquarius. So Aquarius season, the time of Aquarius in February could be important here. We also have Judgment, Revelation, Awakening. Yeah. Like I said, you've made a big decision, and there's that door. You're stepping through the door. We have the Spirit of Cups. This is the Page of Cups, opportunity and creativity. There's a lot of creative energy here. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's a calling in your life to create something new. No, this is the Knight of Cups. Regardless, there's a passion within you. This is still very much creative energy. And for some of you, well, let me get the rest of the cards before I go on. The Moon. And the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of you, you're going to become very self-sufficient. You're going to become very financially or you're going to become independent somehow. Like, you're not going to rely on anybody for anything here. With the Knight of Cups, this is passionate energy. I do see it more you, though. This is you taking, like, a new romantic approach to letting go, a new romantic approach to creating your life. It's like some people see, for example, let's say you leave behind a situation. Some people tend to see it as like very negative, or they get mad. You know, you go through the stages of grief here. But in this case, I feel like you're choosing to romanticize it. And that makes sense because we just stepped into Year of the Snake energy. And Year of the Snake really does love to romanticize a lot. I have a lot of Year of Snake friends because it is the year before me. So I understand this. I actually kind of like this as well. My month is actually Year of the Snake, May. So I understand this. So you're kind of allowing the journey to unfold in whatever way it needs to unfold, and you're being okay with that. Back of the deck, we have the Emperor. This is you stepping into your sense of control, into your sense of like you're taking control of your life again. And if you feel the need to do that by romanticizing it, by bringing on the rose-colored glasses of how you need to let this go, then that's fine. You have to tell yourself whatever story you need to let it go, then that's okay. I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with several things in your life. It's not just romance, work, living situation, health-wise, whatever the case may be. It's like you're doing what you need to do to get out of this, because I feel like for a lot of you, it's been weighing on your heart for some time. But let's go ahead and move on to relationship and romance for my pile 4. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Lovers. We have Justice. If there's been anybody who's been immature in either a past relationship, maybe a current one, I feel like you're going to be, justice is going to be on your side. We have the Three of Wands. Especially if there was any third party involved. And this doesn't have to mean that anybody cheated. It just means that like either they let their friends, family, or some other obstacle come in the way of you two being together. I do feel this is romantic though. Like, I'm trying to see it as friends, but I don't, like, it was either situationship, casual, or romantic, but there were definitely feelings involved with the Page of, Seven of Swords. Yeah, somebody here was being shady. With the Page of Wands, I'm taking that as passion. But I feel emotions here regardless, like Judgment. For a lot of you, you're letting go of somebody who has not been fair to you, who has not been fair. And I feel like if you try to make this, if you try to like, I'm hearing if you try to tip the scales in your favor after they've tipped them so much in theirs, I feel like there's some sort of argument here that I'm seeing, like Three of Wands, Seven of Swords. Like, you've needed a third perspective, like an outside party perspective, to let you know just how unfair this was. So you're finally letting go. It's like you had a friend that talked some common sense into you, into how somebody was treating you, and maybe you never saw it that way. And now it's like, well, now that you have that perspective, you can let it go, because this other perspective, whether it was a therapist, a friend, whoever it is, they saw, like, they know what this is. And in some cases, it could even be an impartial person that just knew the both of you. Back of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, because whoever this person was, Knight of Pentacles is slow but steady progress. They do everything at a snail's pace. And I say this as like an earth sign, like I get it. This could be you, this could be your person, this could be the both of you. I feel like the both of you had a hard time letting each other go because you really wanted to work it out, or you wanted something. I don't know what the case was here, but there was definitely attachment. But it's like, it took something pivotal to recognize that this just wasn't fair. Whatever this was, it wasn't fair. Maybe even it was unhealthy for some of you. What's underneath that? Five of Wands. Yeah, like maybe you argued a lot, or maybe you just couldn't make things work. Page of Wands, I wanted to see it as the Page of Cups, but because I also said Page of Cups for this, but this is actually the Knight of Cups. This person was immature, or they just wanted, this feels like situationship, but like maybe it wanted to be deeper, or you wanted it to be more, or it was like, I don't know. It feels a little bit too committed to be a situationship. Like the energy I'm feeling is heavy. Like this is not what I would associate from something casual. It felt more than that for whatever reason. Whether it was on your part, their part. Honestly, I feel like it was both of your parts. Like if somebody expected wifey or husband behavior from somebody they were being casual with, that's what I'm seeing. I'm like, that's just, I'm seeing that. But also maybe somebody here wanting something more. Which makes sense. If somebody is asking you commitment behavior and you're like, well, do you want commitment? It's like, you know, that's what I'm getting here. So, regardless, there was some sort of imbalance in this connection, maybe on both your parts in different ways, but it's like it just wasn't working out and something had to intervene. In some cases, maybe for some of you, somebody let somebody intervene because they didn't know what to do, so they're like, okay, let this person intervene. I see this a lot with people and like their parents, you know. I see relationships where they let their mother intervene with their partner because they don't want to have to deal with it, which is annoying. Or whoever the family member is. I'm seeing that quite a bit. If it wasn't them intervening directly, it could have been their influence, their perspectives here. But you're finally letting go of this because you understand with the Seven of Swords here, it's just not worth it. When I see the Seven of Swords, this is deception, lies, secrets, like things that should be brought to the light but are deciding to be secret instead. Maybe this person kept a lot from you as well. So you were like, okay, I'm done with the shady business, judgment here. So it's just definitely a romantic situation. A lot of you, you're leaving this behind. But let's go ahead and get your career and finance. I think this is my more serious pile. So if you feel called to any other pile, by all means do so. I just feel like this pile, I get it. I feel like I resonate with this one more than anybody. So career and finance. We have the Four of Wands. Oh, you're having fun in the workplace. We have the Five of Cups. And you're kind of using work as a distraction from a lot of the negative things in your life right now. It's like, yeah, you're going through a lot, but at least at work you're having fun. We have the Fool. You could also be starting new things at work as well. Like maybe you are in a new program, or you're being sent to a different area. You could be helping out new people. The Tower. Ooh, interesting. You're also handling a lot of situations because little do they know, you actually know how to handle a lot more than you realize. The Magician next to the Tower, next to the Fool. It's like people may have thought that you didn't know what to do, but they're going to see you handle a certain situation rather well. And this is going to look really good on you. Yeah, Knight of Wands. It's like they know you jump to action, and it's just going to look very positive for you in the workplace. In the workplace, you're going to look really good. Okay, Three of Pentacles. And I feel like your coworkers are really going to be there for you, or people could help you out. This is like not social networking. Well, maybe social networking if you have if your job is on social media, but this is something about networking with others and them seeing you for who you are. Like the workplace, it's all going to be great. There's a lot going on, but I feel like it's a lot of distractions. Also, pile 4, there's a lot of major arcana in all of these. You're going through something very transformative right now. February, I feel like you've already started this. I have a hard time believing it's all going to start in February, though it could. This year is going to be very transformative for you, but it's going to feel easy because you're no spring chicken when it comes to handling crises or anything intense or anything pivotal here. You know how to handle a lot. And it's kind of like, I hate saying this. I hate this term. It's like, God's warriors or something, or this universe's warriors. You're very much one of those. I feel like you're transforming a lot. You're going through a lot. And it's beautiful because you're seeing exactly what you're made of. The universe is seeing what you're made of. And people are seeing that you're nobody's fool. You're not one to mess with. You're actually the magician here. You're capable of doing a lot. You may feel that you don't know what you're doing, but the truth is that you do. And nobody can take you for a fool. Nobody. But let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice. It's going to be a great month, I promise. But you're letting go of a lot. If the romantic situation wasn't resonating, it could also be a friend, by the way. A friend who, like I said, things are just always not in your favor. Like you probably did more for them than they did for you, or it was hard to keep balance, so you just cut it off. So we're gonna do a Valentine's. Will you have a Valentine? We're gonna do a yes and no card for that. And this is for fun. You don't have to pay attention to it if you don't care about romance. So, because a lot of romance stuff wasn't really coming up unless you were letting go of somebody, pile 4. So will you have a Valentine this year, this Valentine's Day? Take it to the altar. I hate this card. Oh my god, because either you could see this as you manifesting, like you're bringing something to your sacred altar to manifest, or it could also be seen as like, you know, going to the altar to get married. So some of you could already be in a relationship. Maybe some of you could already be committed. Some of you could be meeting somebody that you're going to end up being very long-term with this month, which is very interesting. I'm being asked to take another one. Why is that? Okay. Pile. By all means, yes. So I feel like yes, you will, but I feel like you're going to be reluctant. And I feel like you're going to be like, I'm not in a space, but like something, either your friends, you, this person, they're going to convince you to have fun, and you're going to be like, you're just going to have a fun time. You're going to have a fun time. Back of the deck, be clear on your wishes. So just be clear about what it is that you want with this person. If you know you're not wanting anything serious, just tell them to keep it casual, and, you know, I think things will be fine. But I feel like you will have a Valentine's this month. And you know why? Your energy is very attractive, pile 4. Like, I love this energy. Even though it was reading very intense and very, very plutonic, very transformative, it's beautiful energy. And I've said this before in, I don't know if it was a previous pile or a previous reading. When you see somebody go through a lot and see what they can handle, that becomes very attractive. Somebody who knows how to hold their own. Let's get some cards for you. Your angel numbers. We have 111. Oh my god, 1111, pile 4. Make a wish. But also, all these ones added up are 4. I am awakening. The universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. Yes, you're going through a massive reawakening here. I say reawakening because I feel like this is not your first one, pile 4. You had Judgment come out twice in the tarot. You had the Magician. You had like all these cards. I don't think you understand how transformative you are. And maybe this is just day-to-day life for you. Maybe you're just that much of a badass that you're like, yeah, I'm undergoing transformations every day in every single way. But like, you're awakening to something here, something amazing, something positive. I love your energy, pile 4, even though I can tell you're going through a hard time. Let's get your self-care oracle cards to see anything you can do for yourself to make this month a little bit more smooth for you. So, pile 4. We have sing. So some of you could enjoy singing, or maybe just working with your throat chakra in general could be a good thing. There was a pile where I was mentioning karaoke, so maybe you're coming from that pile too. Oh, we got 2 more. Dream journal. I also mentioned this in a previous pile. So make sure you're taking note of your dreams. Even if you don't keep a dream journal, just pay attention to them. They're going to be very pivotal, especially once we enter Pisces season. And look for fairies, number 30. I always interpret this card to mean look for the beauty in life. Look for the little magical hints, all the signs of the universe. Look for the wonderful things that are wanting to come through here. Back of the deck. Health checkup. Some of you could decide to go see a doctor this month, or it could be advised that you do so, whether it's mental health or physical health, whatever the case may be. And then your last card is going to be from the Let Go Oracle. I also got all these extra cards for you, pile 4, because I feel like you need it. I feel like you need a lot more clarity than most piles. You're going through a lot, and that's okay. And you've just let go of a lot. So this is a sign from the universe that more things will come in for you. All right, so we have this one. Oh, this is a beautiful card. She looks like she's dancing. Fragrant are the flowers that bloom when you smile and let go. Yeah. Fragrant are the flowers that bloom when you smile and let go. There's this theory that like low vibrational people smell bad and high vibrational people smell good. And I'm sure there's something more biological going on there with like your body and pheromones and whatever. But I feel like you're going to be, well, one, you're going to be smelling good because your energy is going to be feeling good. is what I'm hearing, is what I'm getting for you, Pile 4. Of course, you could also be working with aromatherapy. Maybe you're just, spritzing on some extra nice perfume or whatever the case may be. But beautiful things are ahead of you. And this is where I leave it, Pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you for the month of February. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.